What is up, ladies and genitals? Four Eyes and coming at you, coming through. And I just wanted to elaborate and discuss the best submachine guns in Black Ops Cold War after the mid-season buffs and nerfs. This is a continuation of my Season 2 best SMGs tier list video, so if you watch that video, there are a few things that have changed, like the Milano and KSP receiving a buff, and the LC-10, AK-74U, and MAC-10 receiving nerfs. So let me remind you guys of my list on the best submachine guns in the game. For close range use, we had the KSP at number 1, MAC-10 at number 2, which is interchangeable with number 3, which is the AK-74U. 4th, we had the MP5. 5th, we had the LC-10. 6th, we had the Milano, and 7th, we have the Bullfrog. To be frank and straight to the point, nothing has changed in the close range department. All the buffs and nerfs didn't change the gun's time to kills. It's just some guns had ridiculous range and other guns just got their mid damage range and ADS speeds buffed. The KSP was always the best up close, and it got even better after the mid-season patch. Nothing is going to beat the KSP in close quarters. Use this on the map Miami Strike, Crossroads, or Nuketown and you will see what I am talking about. The KSP buff was one of the most confusing things to me since I didn't think it needed a buff at all. Talking about buffs, the Milano was also buffed, but it wasn't a buff that turned it into a top tier SMG in my opinion. The Milano was always near the bottom of the SMG tier list. What the Milano really needed was a bullet velocity buff, a effective damage range buff, or a fire rate buff, and it received none of those. So if you see other videos of people claiming the Milano is god tier now and it is the best submachine gun, they are hyping the gun up way too much. While I go over my old tier list on the best submachine guns overall, think to yourself which SMG the Milano is better than. In number 1 for the best overall submachine gun, I had the AK-74U at first. Second, we had the LC-10. Third, the Bullfrog. 4th, MAC-10. 5th, MP5. 6th, KSP, and at number 7 we have the Milano. Now, the overall rankings is subjective. At first, overall ranking to me meant how good the submachine gun was at range, but that's not what a submachine gun is supposed to be used for, so I take into account everything. This list is tricky, and honestly, each spot can be interchanged, but I think the top 3 submachine guns are clearly the go-to SMGs. So in first overall, I used to have the AK-74U, but with the bullet velocity, accuracy, and recoil nerf, I think I am ready to put the LC-10 as the best overall submachine gun. I would say they are both interchangeable because the AK-74 used to be the best SMG for killing at range, and now I think the title goes to the LC-10 since its bullet velocity dropped from 500 meters per second to 383 meters per second, which moves the LC-10 to the top spot for bullet velocity at 410 meters per second. But in close range, the AK-74U still kills faster than the LC-10. That's why I think they are interchangeable. At third, we have the Bullfrog, but now I think I have to move the KSP-45 to third. Even after the buffs, it is horrible at range, but the 20% burst reduction delay and bullet velocity buff really made this gun even more broken. So I have to put it in third just on how strong it is up close and in the medium range. From 4th place to 7th place, honestly, it is all preference since all the SMGs are so close. It is a toss-up between the Bullfrog and MP5 in 4th place. The MP5 kills faster but drops off relatively fast, so I will stand with the Bullfrog in 4th and the MP5 in 5th. The Bullfrog reclaims its crown for having the highest maximum effective damage range at 19 meters after the LC-10 nerf. In 6th, it will be the MAC-10 over the Milano. The MAC-10 actually got a recoil nerf which gives it some horizontal recoil. If you are a player that can control the MAC-10's recoil, then this thing can actually be ranked as high as 3rd, but for most players, the recoil is just too much to handle after the nerfs. And in last place is the Milano. The Milano is a fun gun. It has the fastest movement speed, ADS, smallest hipfire spread, and fastest sprint out speed, but the raw time to kill is just not there. The gun's other stats do help make up for the Milano's time to kill. I think the gun would be so much better if it got a bullet velocity buff. It is really hard to rank the SMGs since they are so close, but I think the KSP, AK-74U, and the LC-10 are the meta SMGs right now. If you want the best SMG up close, use the KSP. If you want the best SMG at range, it's the LC-10. And if you want a gun that can do both but requires some skill to use, it is the AK-74U. Yeah, that is pretty much it. Honestly, every single submachine gun is usable. Like I said, it's so close that you can totally rearrange my list. To some people, even though the MAC-10 has an insane time to kill, it just has too much recoil to use, and vice versa. Even with the Milano having a slow time to kill, it has a fast movement speed, high damage, and fast ADS that can offset its slow time to kill. If you want my personal list on my favorite SMGs to use, at number 1, my favorite SMG to use is the LC-10, 2 KSP-45, 3 AK-74U. 4th is actually the Milano. I love the quick movement speed, ADS, and sprint out speed. 5th, the Bullfrog. 6th, the MP5, and 7th, the MAC-10. I like using guns where the gun stays out of my way and I don't have to focus too much on recoil because I'm focused on other things. So yeah, comment below your list and let me know the reasons why you prefer one SMG over the other. You can base it on time to kill and stats, or just the feeling and how you perform with the weapon. Other than that, namaste my friends, and I will talk to you all next time.
Great job, CIA. No muss, no fuss. They're done.